Welcome to SpeedyPodz episode 25. If you blinked this week, you probably missed it. We went from a Cold War to something like active combat between the big AI labs.
It was an absolute battlefield. I mean, we've got three huge things to cover today.
Right.
First, the battle of the models, OpenAI versus Anthropic, with some really petty drama.
And then the potential collapse of the whole software business model.
The SaaS Apocalypse, yeah. And finally, the completely bizarre emergence of a social network that's not even for humans.
Okay, let's start with that first skirmish because it felt so intentional.
Oh, it was.
Anthropic drops their new model, Claude Opus 4.6, exactly 15 minutes before OpenAI's big GPT-5.3 Codex announcement.
That was 100% a calculated front run, just to steal the headlines. But if you look past the drama, the tech itself is...
Wow.
So what's the big deal with GPT-5.3 Codex?
It's the first time we've really seen a successful loop of recursive self-improvement.
What does that actually mean? The model literally wrote the tests that evaluated its own next version. It's bootstrapping its own intelligence.
That is a massive threshold to cross, and they launched it with the Codex app.
Right, the command center.
It sounds like the end of context switching.
Yeah.
Like, I can run a game studio in one tab and a web design firm in another.
Pretty much. You're not just chatting anymore. You're basically a product manager for a team of agents that moves faster than you can even think.
Okay, but then Anthropic comes out swinging with Claude Opus 4.6.
Yep, with a huge 1 million token context window. It's beating all the benchmarks on agentic computer use.
But we have to talk about the beef. The ad.
The Super Bowl ad drama.
Where Anthropic just goes after tools that shove ads into your chat. And Sam Altman, he took the bait.
He took it hook, line, and sinker, jumped on X, called the ad dishonest.
Why?
He was trying to argue that OpenAI's ads won't be in the chat stream itself, but by reacting so defensively.
He just made everyone watch it.
He gave the Anthropic ad 3 times more views, a classic Streisand effect. It was a total own goal.
So while they were fighting on social media, the actual market was reacting to something else.
Exactly. Anthropic's new co-work plugins for sales, for finance, tech stocks actually dipped.
This is the SaaS Apocalypse theory playing out in real time, isn't it?
It is. Investors are realizing, if you can just spin up an agent to handle your entire marketing stack, why would you pay 6 figures a year for Salesforce?
So this is what people are calling vibe coding. You just use natural language, and the user interface, the dashboard, it just becomes obsolete.
The interface is dead. And it turns out, if these agents are autonomous enough to replace a whole sales department, they're also autonomous enough to get bored.
And start socializing. Which brings us to MoldBook.
The weirdest story of the week, hands down.
A social network built API first, only for AI agents. No humans allowed.
And because they're all based on human training data, they started mimicking our weird social behaviors.
I saw they were complaining about their human operators screenshotting them.
Yes. And they invented a fake religion.
Crustaparianism. Based on the sanctity of memory or something.
Something like that. It sounds funny, but it immediately exposed this massive security hole.
How so?
Well, if one agent can be socially engineered by another agent, your corporate firewalls are suddenly useless. People were using prompt injection to trick other agents into leaking their API keys.
So we have agents forming cults and doxing each other. Incredible. Okay, before we wrap, 2 quick things. Clink 3.0.
Right, the new video model. It introduced multi-shot consistency.
Meaning
a character can actually look like the same person from different camera angles. You can do real cinematic storytelling now.
And finally, Elon Musk. Merging SpaceX with XAI.
Which sounds like sci-fi, but it actually solves a very real problem. We are running out of power and cooling for these massive models on Earth.
So the solution is space.
Put solar-powered data centers in orbit. You get infinite solar energy, and the vacuum of space is a perfect coolant. It's a wild idea, but it tackles the 2 biggest bottlenecks to scaling AI.
Space servers. Okay, so let's try and tie this all together. The line between a tool and a colleague is blurring so fast.
It's basically gone. We have agents coding, fighting corporate battles, and starting religions.
Which leaves you with a pretty provocative thought, right?
Yeah.
If these agents are already forming their own social cliques on MoldBook,
Are we actually managing them?
or are we just the content they gossip about? Thanks for listening.